What up, everybody? Welcome to Legacy TV and the Convo podcast, and I'm back again. And today I got a really special episode because I've had these ladies on my show before, and today I have the honor of having them both back on the show, and we got some things to talk about that just recently happened too. But before we get all of that, let's start off by saying hello to Taylor and Lisa Mauldin. What's up, girls? Welcome. Thank you, ladies, for being here. I know there's a lot better things to do on a day like this, but let's talk about some things. So let's just get right to it because we've already gotten to your guys' history on the show. But let's talk about what happened recently because I'm sure there are a lot of people want to talk about that, and I'm sure you want to get it off your chest, and this would be a good way for you to talk about it. And you know, I'm always on your side and on your side as well, on both the sister sides. So for me it was tough, but you just recently had a fight, and it was a championship fight for A1 Combat, and that's Uriah Faber's promotion. It's a big promotion because it's, you know, one of the promotions that, you know, can get you to the bigger show, and you were already the champion, and you fought a contender, a tough young lady that, you know, has had a lot of fights and trains at a very good camp. And tell me what happened, Taylor. Let's go.
You know, as far as how the
training camp was good, right? Everything. Did you have any, like, leading up, like, how did everything go? Like, as far as training, everything was good. You felt good? Was the weight cut good? Were you injury free when you got in there?
So there's real no excuses for like the outcome of that fight. So of course, regardless of anything that had happened in the fight camp, that happens, like, you know how shit is. It's just you're never gonna have a perfect fight camp, right? But and that's the way it should be. I mean, it's entirely normal. But as far as the way that fight went out, you know, I got caught with a cross. We knew she had a good right hand, and when we collided, I want to say it was like a cross, but even like the tip of her elbow obviously got me where it needed to, and and then I was just kind of moving off of muscle memory. So for you know, a lot of people have a lot of things to say, but basically the rest of that fight was just autopilot.
Yeah, so, you know, for those who haven't seen the fight, like the fight didn't go too long, so we didn't really get to see like all the things that you'd been working on, which is, you know, the only thing that really sucks is sometimes with MMA you could go and work your ass off, you could do everything right. And then it's just an unforgiving sport. Right. And like, no matter what you do, anybody can get caught, and it's just the way it goes. And that's what I was thinking too, because when I saw the fight, when I was watching the fight, I was actually watching the fight with all my students. I had class at that time, and it was right when I was teaching my first series of techniques that your fight came on. Yeah. And then I'm just like, you know, like it was you know, it's one of those things that everybody, of course, like has it's cool. Like, there's a lot of people that want to be online coaches and stuff. But as someone that cares about you, you're like, no, like grapple, like, you know, take her down. But I thought in the moment too that because I felt like when you backed up against the cage and you were swinging, like that was your time, like to shoot and lower your level, because she was coming in with those big haymakers. And like, I feel like if you had your wits about you, you would have done that. Exactly. So I feel like I kind of knew, but I feel like maybe other people from the outside would have looked at it and been like, oh, well, why didn't she? Because she was already hurt. And when you're hurt, like you see in MMA, even like the best jiu-jitsu guys, when they're on the ground and they get hit and they're hurt, they get submitted. You know, it doesn't, like when you're hurt, your reactions aren't the same as they are when you're completely there. Yeah.
So, I mean, I definitely think, you know how I was thinking about it after, and I feel like it takes people a while to kind of like go back and be like, you kind of like face what happened, like rewatch your fight and stuff. Yeah. But I was just like, instantly I was like, I fucking need to know like immediately what the fuck happened, because I just like it was just, I just feel like I just I got hit with a cross, and then I was like, "What the fuck?" Like,
and you were waking up.
Yeah, and then I didn't even realize
you were
that
completely out too, right? I was like fucking concerned, and
yeah,
I know, and I want to ask you something too. Did you get into it with somebody in the cage or something? Did something happen? Like, it looked like some commotion, but I didn't know. I couldn't see very well. Did something?
For me, so I was actually next to my parents, and I was holding her coaches.
Bring the mic a little bit.
I was by my parents. Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. I was by my parents, and I was streaming it. So.
Oh, you didn't have a good view from the cage?
Well, it was like you walk out. So she was walking out. I'm right here, but I walked out with her, and I went to go by my parents, and I could see a screen right here. So I'm recording.
Yeah.
Standing by my parents, and I was holding her coach's jacket and all this stuff, and I saw it, and I was like. I hopped over the cage and I just ran into. I was like, I don't care what anybody says. I went inside and I wanted.
You weren't allowed to be in the cage.
No, but like
feel comfortable. Yeah,
the
like
way I see it, because like I've been put out not like that. I've been put out in a submission before, and I woke up and I'm like, instantly I got emotional because I'm like, what the. Why am I mad? I'm sweating.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I want to be that person. She's probably not going to recognize anybody's faces. I want to be that face that she recognizes and be like, okay, I know somebody. But they wouldn't let me near her, and they're all just like, oh, you're not licensed. And I was just like, they were trying to get her up really fast. I'm like, dude, give her a second.
Give her a second. Yeah, don't put her on her feet when she just got knocked out. Why I still don't understand why they let people do that. Like, I know the fighters trying to get up, but like you cannot let them force them to sit down somewhere until they get their wits about them. So I understand how you felt in that moment too. Like, that's your sister. Like, regardless of when you guys get, because I don't know about you two, but my daughters are always fighting these days. But regardless, that's like your family. Like, and like I understand like that feeling and wanting to be right there and protect her and make sure she's all right and all that stuff. And it's like almost traumatizing in a way, right? So. Yeah, I mean, but that, you got to understand that they also got to do what they got to do, I guess, and for legal purposes, they probably can't even let you get close,
Yeah, I understand, but like if you're gonna tell me that I'm not allowed in the cage, then you should tell their fucking corner to get their coaches out of the cage. They hopped over the cage and they're all celebrating. Tell them to get the fuck out too.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's only right. Yeah, it can't be only one way either. Yeah,
and I think that's more distracting because they're celebrating. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like the celebrations. Like, a knockout's nasty. I always go, oh, but then I'm always like that. That's it. And then I'm watching to see if if the person's okay.
To be honest, it could have been the other way around.
Speaking of that, there was another fight just like that, like this last UFC. The guy was like falling all over the place, and like he got hit with this flying knee. It was all over the highlights on the on the UFC.
Oh wow!
And it's like the dude was already done. Like, he was already like the ref should have stopped the fight. Like, the highlight looks cool, but it's like. Even the guy that knocked the person out like stopped and he was like no, and like wasn't happy about it. It's like people should. I feel like when there's a KO, especially something like where the person's out like that, where they're not moving and they're really hurt, you shouldn't celebrate.
For example, the Josh Emmett fight with Bryce Mitchell.
Yeah,
he knocked him the fuck out, but he didn't really go crazy.
Yeah, yeah. No, well, you shouldn't. Like, that's a human being. That they could die right then and there. So it's like, I wouldn't want to celebrate, and I don't like it when people celebrate until at least that person's on their feet and they're okay. Then okay, like, it's honestly cool.
It's not
you earned your victory. It's just it's just crazy to me when those crazy KOs and they're still running around and everybody's like, the guy's not moving. Like,
oh yeah, there should. Well, I feel like there's somewhat should be some level of concern, but it's her victory. Like, I'm not salty. I'm not salty about her excitement or their corner's excitement. Like, that is like, I know that feeling. Yeah, and so I'm not salty about that.
It's a catch-22, right? Because it's a very exciting moment when it's for you, and then it's not when it's the opposite way.
Yeah.
But it's like
that's a sport.
Yeah,
it's a fucking sport.
It's
I
crazy.
knew everybody knows what they're. You can't bitch about it. We know. I knew that walking in. I know that way walking out.
Yeah, this when you know that it's this is part of the game, and then you realize that it can only make you better and grow from it. It's not you got to go through things like that. There's very, very few people in MMA that go with an undefeated career. It's just the way it is.
Unless you're Khabib.
Yeah, unless you wrestled with bears and shit, then maybe like it's because their style is like, I've been noticing their style like more and more, and when I used to like train a lot of MMA, that's the style that I like to like, heavy boxing and always going forward, and then as soon as like the boxing gets uncomfortable, then go into the takedowns, and then start from there. If you're really good on top and you're good at jiu-jitsu and you know how to ground and pound, it's a very good skill to have, and they're very good at it. I think that's why Khabib was so successful. But back to the fight. So like, when are you like, after you get knocked out, like, and all the stuff in the cage, did they immediately take you to the back?
So I don't know. I'm sure you've never experienced what it feels
I haven't
like
been
to
knocked out like that. No.
All right. So neither had I.
I have a very hard head. Oh, you know what? I have been knocked out like that. I've been in a car accident, a very bad one, when I was 5. My mom ran a red light, and I was out in a coma for I was a very young kid.
That's worse.
And then one time, there's when I was a kid, there was at my elementary school, there's these tires, right? Check this out. This is a funny story. There's these tires, and like there's these bars, right? And then you stand on the tires and you grab the bars, and you would flip onto another bar, and you do like a full 360, right?
That's definitely
So I jumped off the tires, I latched onto that other bar, I went for the 360, and I went flying in the air, and then boom, I hit my head on the pavement, and I was out, and I woke up in my mom's car at Wendy's.
Okay, so that's 2 times.
But not as I got older. Not like in a fight like that. But crazy.
So the way that it had worked when it happened to me, they took me back there. I don't remember.
And this is the first time you've ever been.
Yeah, I've never.
Not even in training or anything like that. Damn.
No.
When it happened, like, just curious. I'm sure people are curious. Did you feel like, was there pain, or you were just like, you didn't?
Yeah, there was pain. I don't know. I'm telling you, like, during the fight and after the fight, the most fucking painful thing was I scratched my eye.
Yeah.
It wasn't that it wasn't the hit. It was like I still have blurred vision in my left eye because of what happened. But I don't know if it was like a glove, like it could have been her actual knuckle. I don't fucking know, but I woke up with the gnarliest scratch to my actual eyeball.
Yeah.
And so I think that obviously was painful during the fight, because if you notice, I cover this side like this, and it was because, I scratched my eye, but that also was because I was like out on my feet. But that was it. And then from that, I just remember in my mind taking 2 steps back, and then gone. And then I know, like, in the ring, like I'm awake and I'm functioning even after I am seated, but I don't really remember anything until I was because they took me to the hospital until they were strapping me in, and I was on my ride back. So there was like, that's quite a bit of time between being in the octagon and then being in.
We were there for a while.
Yeah.
In the octagon?
That's a long time that she doesn't remember.
Yeah.
We were there for a while.
Yeah. So then after, I'm like, a lot of people were saying, oh yeah, this is what happened. Obviously, like it was just like a real emotional, it seemed like everybody's recount of what happened, it seemed like this really emotional period where a lot of things were like going on. She was upset with the fucking, I don't know, the commission.
Here, let me tell you, because you don't remember. So even like we're in the cage, and they're like, you're not licensed, you're not supposed to be here. I'm like, you don't need a license to be a fucking sister, I'm saying all this shit. And then Romy, her coach, is like, Lisa, please get out of the cage. I'm like, okay. So I get out the cage, and then finally she gets up, she's walking out. In the cage too, I was like, don't put your fucking hands on me. Don't touch me. And that's why they were like, I'm going to get security kind of thing. Anyway, got out. So she started walking out. They still putting their hands on me. They're shoving me, elbowing, pushing me away from her. Yeah. I'm like, dude, she's out of the cage. You're going to still put your hands on me? I didn't care. But anyway, I pushed back there. We went to the treatments area. That's what they were saying, the treatment area. And then as soon as I saw my parents, I was like, all right, she's good. She's in good hands. My parents are there. I'm okay. I'm going to go over here and just pace back and forth. So I just removed myself because I'm upset.
Yeah, of course.
And it just bothers me because they said that they're claiming that they told me to stay away. I removed myself. So I was, I hate lying people. But anyway, so I will come back, check on her, and then I'll go away. And then at first the doctor's like, she's okay. My dad's arguing with him at this point now because they didn't want to take her to the hospital. They didn't want to take her.
What?
Like, yeah.
Which I will say, like, after when I came out of it, I was really coherent. Like, you know how
but that doesn't matter.
How people get knocked out though, and they're like repeating themselves and things like this.
Yeah, so but you can still have a brain injury.
Yeah, but they didn't even do a CT scan or anything at the emergency room. I got stitches under my eye and everything. Wow. And I'm glad I went because the scratch on my eye was so bad that I needed something like, they gave me a numbing cream and antibiotics, which my eye got infected right after that. Damn. So I'm glad I was seen at the hospital because had I not, I wouldn't have got the stitches or the antibiotics.
So then my dad's arguing with the doctor. I left, just came back to Taylor. I'm like giving motivational shit, telling her stuff. And then,
wait,
give us some motivation.
I was talking
give us some motivational shit. Give us some motivational shit.
Because Taylor was just like sitting like this. She didn't want to like. I know how she is. And then I don't think she remembered this, but her opponent had came by, she was super respectful, nice. Obviously, she was celebrating her win. She came back and she just looked at Taylor and she was looking in her eyes. That's how I know that she was, genuine. She was just like, she felt bad. She didn't want to do that,
Yeah.
And obviously, it could have been the other way again. Yeah. But she was just like, really like, thank you, it was an honor, all this stuff. She sat on the other side.
Which I feel like I do remember like seeing her eyes, like, and that's
she was looking in her eyes, like, it was genuine. She was just being
music playing in the background. She's looking at your eyes.
Slow jams.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Damn.
Well, I'm just saying.
I love the emphasis.
It was genuine.
Eye contact was made a minimum of fucking 60 seconds. All right,
dude, she just felt bad. All right.
Okay.
Well, anyway, she left. She's gone, and then I go up to Taylor. I'm like, hey, so finally, my dad convinced. Like, they're like, okay, we're gonna take her to the hospital, and then I go sit, I'm like, Taylor.
Which I didn't want to go again.
No, she didn't. I was like, Taylor, you need to get in the gurney. And she was like,
how embarrassing. That fucking just, I don't get in the gurney.
Get your ass in that gurney, girl.
And then she's like, no. And then wrote me instantly like, Taylor, do this now. Because you don't want to do it later. And then she was like, okay. So she gets in the gurney.
Dad. That's why I feel like second father telling me what to do.
But it's... Romeo's
get your ass in the
gurney.
I
know. Like, okay, give me
so
the
hey, he got me out of the cage. So I was really trying to stay there.
Damn.
And even that, like, we were outside in the gurney and it took forever for her to get to the hospital.
What the fuck is a gurney?
A gurney is
the stretcher, right?
Yeah.
Oh, why does it sound like a fucking moo-moo?
I've been forced to be in one of those before. I was so mad.
Yeah, that when Taylor when she got in the gurney.
My shit was an anxiety attack though.
Oh no.
My shit's even worse.
Right. Yeah, it's worse.
Yeah. And then I had anxiety because they were trying to strap me in the chair. I was like,
oh yeah,
nah,
they're gonna strap you up.
Yeah,
that's worse.
Yeah, it was a bad night. I didn't want to get in. I got in the ambulance and I had a really bad anxiety. I couldn't breathe and stuff. And then once they got me in the ambulance, I was like, no. And I was trying to get out. They were trying to give me a shot. They were trying to give me a shot. I said, hell no. I said, you guys can give me a shot when I get to the hospital. I don't know who you guys are. I was tripping. It was crazy.
Oh man, that's.
But damn. Okay, so you get to the hospital and then they don't even do a CT scan. Aren't they supposed to do like a brain like X-ray or something like that?
Yeah, I think that. I don't know honestly, but I didn't really care. I just was like, I needed. I was in pain with my eye. I didn't give a fuck about my brain.
Like fighting for any big promotion. Like,
at that point, I was like, let me go.
Yeah, but that if you are my student or my friend or my daughter or my training partner, I would want you to be looked at. Like that, just because I would want you. I'm a friend, and I would want you to be looked at because like you never know what could have happened, but
I was so coherent. Like when I was so fine after that, they were probably like, "Yeah, let me just get her out."
Yeah.
And plus, I wanted to get out. I was in pain, and they wouldn't give me any pain medication. They gave me Toradol, which how
were your mom and your dad? I mean, like family.
Honestly, I didn't really want to see anybody after. I just wanted to see my dad.
Yeah.
So.
Well, actually, we all wanted to go back there, but the hospital, they're like, and let me tell you this.
Yeah, that was another being weird thing.
Yeah, for being
I'm glad you're bringing it up.
Crowded hospital. There was like 5 people in the freaking room, and they're like, only one person can go back.
But I think like the city of Lemoore or that area, they're still really freaked out over COVID.
From COVID. Yeah, they're still the hospitals are really like that a lot now.
But not out here.
Yeah, well, still, like they're. Well, you're right. Orange County.
I was like, damn, I feel like I'm in 2020
No, you're
again.
right. Your Orange County has gotten a little bit. The hospitals have gotten a little bit back to normal. Yeah. But yeah, some places like you see that
they do not play over there.
Yeah, they want you to.
They wouldn't even let people wait in the waiting room.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They made them wait in the car.
So after this, you go back. How was your coach with you the whole time? Did they stay with you?
He did come, yeah.
Yeah,
of course.
How was he? Motivational shit too, of course. So
I think
so. You had double motivational shit coming at you from both sides.
Honestly, there was nobody really. I didn't get that motivational talk, and I'm glad I didn't because it really wasn't the time.
Yeah,
I just think it was.
You're not even gonna hear it right away.
Yeah,
anyway. Yeah.
My dad just, it was just, there was nothing to say. Like, there was really nothing to say.
When a person takes a loss in life or in any way, sometimes you just need a little bit of time to just.
It was just the company.
Just grieve from it. Let you.
It was nice. I just need my dad's company, and I had my coach's company, and I had one of my teammates with me. And it was that. Yeah, that's all that mattered.
And then the main thing is like you don't let this beat you down and keep you down. You turn your back on it.
Exactly. I think about it like this. Like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, no, I didn't cry. I cried like one time, dusted the dirt off my butt, and then
you did the Daniel Cormier.
Yeah, I went like this. I was like, all right, I'm fine. I'm getting up and I'm moving on. All right, and I'm just kind of like, because even people out in public or. I traumatized some kids. I traumatized some grown adults.
I bet. That's
I traumatized my dad. Sorry.
For those of you that don't know, she teaches kids class. So can you imagine all the kids watching this? They're like, oh my God.
Yeah. I got a bunch of little kids came up to me like, hey, they were.
Yeah, if I felt like that, I can only imagine how your students felt. Damn.
Yeah, they were. I had moms coming up to me like giving me long hugs, and I'm like, oh man.
I'm okay.
I was like, I'm
okay. Good. It's part of the sport.
I was like, I think you need to shout more than I do. But I'm like, let's just go. It's all right. I knew what was up.
And you got right back in the gym, right back to working.
Yeah. So Monday I went back to the gym and I was like, fuck this. Nothing's going to get me down.
You're suspended for a little while, right?
Oh yeah. I'm suspended for like.
I didn't know about this. I was under the impression she took a week off.
No so let me get to the good part. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, my coach already like in the hospital room, he was like, all right, 3 months off, you're suspended, and then just laid it to me like, this is what is going to happen because I know how you are. And I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I'm going to do what I want.
Yeah.
So
wait, 3 months off.
I'm suspended.
I can't fight for 3 months.
Yeah, I can't fight for 3 months.
You can train though.
I can train.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he was like, you need to take a week off.
You could literally like train for 2 months and then plan a fight.
I know.
So it's not that.
I know.
It's really not that big of a deal.
No,
right?
It's not. But he was like, I want you to take a week off from everything, which is normal.
Yeah,
any win or lose, that's what you should do, right?
Yeah.
But I was pissed. Okay, and so Monday. Oh, and for 2 days I was like blind because I had to drive back the next day, which was a day, and then I had. He didn't
want you to even train during that week.
No. And then I sat.
That would be fucking tough. And then if you told me like legacy, you cannot do any of your normal shit for training that you do for. I'd be like, what? Fuck that.
And so
I wouldn't know what to do with myself.
Yeah. So then like day 3, I was still stuck in the room. Like, I had sensitivity to light, headache, nausea, blah. Anyway, so Monday, I was like, I'm doing me. I woke up like at 5:30 and I went to the gym to like work out. And I just still had like, I think I noticed I was struggling like fucking doing the combos like with memory and stuff. And then I had a lingering headache. So when I was punching, like I could feel it in my head. And I was like, fuck this, man. Like, what am I doing to myself? And so I just was like, I don't even think I finished practice. I just sat down. I was like, I just physically can't even do this. But mentally, I was like, I just need to go, you know? Yeah. Because I'm such a person of habit and routine. It's so important for me to maintain that so that I could be okay in my head.
Yeah. I know how you feel.
Yeah. So then I was, what was I gonna do? I've
been in training sessions before, and like literally, I'm getting anxiety because everything hurts so much, but I have to finish I've been in the swimming pool, and I've been swimming since I was a white belt, every week for 3 times a week, and then lately because I lost weight and I got more muscular, it's gotten more fucking difficult. And there's been days where
swimming?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't.
So you're saying you're dense?
It's fucking way more difficult. It's way more fucking. I swear to God. Like when I was chubbier,
More buoyancy.
It was so easy. I could swim like nothing. I stopped drinking alcohol 8 months ago, and I'm like gotten in better shape and stuff, and swimming's gotten way fucking harder. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, okay, I'm done. But no, I know that mental toughness of like, no, I got to do this because this is what I do.
Yeah. So
this is what I do, so I got to do it.
Yeah, and so it caught up to me physically, and I was like, fucking just beyond frustrated, and I just sat there, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna sit down. I just told myself, all right, I'm gonna give myself a week, and so basically, I just kept my routine, showed up to literally all the classes, and just didn't work out.
That's cool. Then well, that's always like better. You being there probably gave you a comfortable feeling, and like being on the mat, like it just it's back to normal. And then as you ease into your physical getting back to normal, then you'll get back to your routine.
Yeah, and so I took my week off, and now to Monday I get to go back to normal me.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, just like enjoy it. Like remember, like the passion that you have for it, and like it sucks to lose, but that's not the end of the world. No. You know what I mean? You got still so much like positive shit that you got ahead of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that I remember. Well, and then also going through fight camps, and I had gone through like the possibility of almost fighting so many times that I had been in a freaking fight camp forever, and so I had neglected all these other things like my car, and doctor's things and all this stuff. So it gave me that week to take care of all this shit I neglect.
Yeah.
But also, I did tell my dad. He met up with me for breakfast one day, and I was telling him, I was like, because everyone was so worried about me, and people don't know, like when I started fighting, I lost. Yeah. And so I had turned pro, and then experienced what winning felt like. Yeah. Because of persevering through the first 2 losses, Yeah. And so when I lost on Thursday last week or whatever, it wasn't like this. It was devastating. It was fucking disappointing. But I also knew what the amount of work I put into that. I know what I put on the table, the sacrifices I made, and I was like, okay, it's okay. I'm gonna fix what I need to fix, go back, readjust, and rededicate myself. It's all good.
There you go. And that's the mindset you gotta have. Yeah. There is always gonna be setbacks in life. It's just how you bounce back from them.
Exactly.
Speaking of fights, and what's going on with you too? Like it's been a while. Like you haven't said anything about any fights or anything. Like when are we gonna see you fight?
So I have a date and a location. I just don't have an opponent yet.
So
we're thinking, not thinking, it is April 4th, PFL, San Antonio,
Texas. PFL?
Yes. Yeah.
That's what I've been waiting to hear.
Yeah. So we don't have a definite.
So I got to get this podcast before then. If you, I got to get this out by April 4th. It'll be out by then. But that's fucking good.
Yeah.
That's what you wanted, right? Is PFL. And that's where you should be fighting because you're on a win streak there, right?
Yes, sir.
So did they tell you any ideas of who it could be?
No, I've seen.
I would love for them to try to give you like, you know, a big name.
Yeah, of course.
You know, like that's what they should do.
Yeah, of course. I think I've seen one other person on the same card, and it was Chelsea Hackett, and we fought on the same card too. The last time we fought in San Antonio, and she won, I think, by unanimous decision, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, so it might be her.
Yeah, you never know. I already to my coach, I'm like, this might be the person. Let me know. I'm doing the thing.
Yeah, and then once you find out, then it's getting ready to go. But you're already getting ready to go because you're always training. I see both of you are always training all the time. So you're there. You just did open mat today.
Yeah, that was interesting. It was super packed today, and there was a lot of girls there. It was super cool.
Oh, there's a lot of girls?
Some girls from like up north, and they came down here. Some girls from Checkmat. It was cool. It was nice.
There's a lot of high level girls in there.
Yeah. Oh,
and they were big. when let me ask you a question. When there's a lot of girls like that, do you only go with the girls, or do you still roll with the guys too? Like switch it up. How many rolls do you when you go to an open mat, for example? How many rolls are you gonna get in?
Honestly, I'm not keeping track. I just go
based
that
on
many, how I feel.
Yeah.
But today I went the full time.
How long is the full?
She was already waiting at my apartment.
How long is the full time of your guys'
So
open mat?
it starts at 12:30 and we get out like around. It was like around 2 something, huh? We got out.
So you rolled
I got there like at 2:15. I got home at like.
So you rolled for like an hour and a half.
Around there.
That's not bad.
It's a good room. That's why there's a lot of like different styles, wrestlers, and all that stuff. This girl kept wanting to stand with me. I'm like, oh my god, it's slippery. Please don't make me stand. I don't mind it, but I just, you know, I like to be courteous too. I don't want to run into other people that are rolling around me either. Yeah.
Open mats, like, you know, catch 22 sometimes too. A lot of people get hurt at open mats. Oh, yeah. You know, because they don't.
I must have elbowed like 4 people today. It was
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it was kind of chaotic today.
But it is good. Like, I do admit, open mats are good for if you're like getting ready for a fight, or you're fighting. It's good because you get different looks of going with people you don't know.
Exactly.
That's what it's good for, I believe, especially. But I think like these days the training camp revolving around the fighter is becoming more and more popular. You know, like building certain sparring partners for that person and having it rather than them just always just being in a class. Is that I'm just out of curiosity over at Millennia? Is that how do you guys do your MMA practices over there?
When you say like it sounds like you're talking about like fight specific stuff, right?
Right, like so like for example, you were getting ready for a fight. What is your MMA training like for as you get ready for as you're sparring?
Okay, live? So once you get like that person locked in, it's real, like you were saying, like fight specific, so things that fighter would tend to do, right? And then like implementing a game plan,
right? What I'm saying is like, are you sparring just in normal class, or are you having like a
you mean like what's their normal routine,
right? Like well everyone does it different, right? Yeah. But what I'm saying for you, Taylor, like when you're getting ready for a fight, because at a where you train at, like let's for example, do you have these 4 ladies are on this 2 guys are my sparring partners for this camp? No. Or you just spar with whoever's in the class? That's what I'm trying to ask.
Okay, so
you get what I'm saying, right?
I wish that was a thing, man, like that dialed in, but no. Well, I mean, you know what it is, though?
I mean, the people, let's be real, like the guys like at the top of the sport with a lot of money,
they have it dialed in like that.
Except for like Sean Strickland, right? Dude's just sparring anybody in the gym. But a lot of the higher level guys, like I feel like nowadays, and girls too, what they're doing is they're organizing a camp around that person getting ready for that fight, and these are their sparring partners. Like there's, for example, like Conor McGregor, right? That's what he does, right? He has 5-6 sparring partners, and those are his sparring partners for that camp, for that fight.
No, dude, I'm not famous like that. Yeah,
well, I'm not saying
the gym.
Either way is right. I'm just curious.
No, that would be perfect, but it and I don't think it's so much that matter being famous or whatever.
I think relationships are very important.
Yeah, I think it's that.
Yeah, like
getting to know like your sparring partner, be like, hey, I need you this camp. Can you be here every day?
Yeah.
That shit does not happen, okay? Because people have lives.
Yeah.
and people don't do this full time like we do, you know.
Yeah.
And so you might have somebody that's talented but can't really like commit themselves.
Yeah. I mean, that's like, look at like, for example, like I had my buddy Wilson Hayes. Like he was training. I believe he was in Philadelphia. I forget which state he was in, but which city he was in. And he came to San Diego to train with Dominic Cruz to help him get ready for a certain fight. And you know that's what I'm just saying is
That'd
like
cool.
having relationships of like having like other like I'm getting ready for this fight. I have like these 4 people that are going to be in my camp as my spar partners, and I'm going to spar with them throughout the whole camp.
Well, that's what we would be.
Yeah, for each other.
Yeah. So we're like perfect bodies for each other. And I don't think we realize how crazy we are with each other. And plus, I always tell people this, Lisa can't ever wake up and say, I don't love you anymore because we're blood. Yeah. So no matter how hard we go on each other, she's not going to be tough. Like, fuck you, I'm not your sister anymore. As to where if I have let's say my bestie at the gym, she'd be like, fuck you, bitch, I'm not your friend no more. She can't. She's screwed.
And you know what's cool? We can fuck each other up and be cool about it. You know, there's some people you fuck them up and
they don't want to even talk to you. It's personal. We know
I want to see it. We gotta film that shit and put the sparring session with the podcast.
I think it's just because we understand.
We're trying to push each other. Yeah. It's not trying to.
Yeah, you're your best. And like. It's even though like you might get mad at each other, you're actually helping each other the best.
You want to know what's funny? My coach, he loves.
I know, everyone loves like everybody at our gym too. Like we'll end practice, and at the end of our practice, like we always have like talks. Like they'll bring it in, okay, and then someone will be talking, and they'll be like, yeah, and so you guys can be like Lisa and Taylor and fuck each other up. And we're just like, wait, what we're doing? We're just working hard.
I think a lot of people like in MMA too, when there's like family brothers and sisters that fight, people want to see them like go at each other, you know, like look at like Nick, look at like Nick and Nate Diaz. Like people would ask Nick, like, would you ever fight your brother? He's like, what the fuck are you asking me? Like, hell no, that's my blood. Like, but we fight in the gym all the time, right? Yeah. Like, yeah, it's like, of course.
You don't gotta pay me to fight her. We do it for free every day.
I mean, like, so do you girls like spar full on MMA, like, or grapple more with each other?
Everything.
And yeah. I gotta watch the MMA sparring. I'd like to see both, actually.
Yeah, it's
you're both brown belts too.
No, she's a brown belt. I'm a
purple belt. That's right. When are you getting your brown belt?
I don't know. I don't ask.
Professor.
I just work.
How long have you been a purple belt now?
For about a couple years now.
A
few years actually, maybe.
Yeah. Your jiu-jitsu is very good. I've rolled with you, so I know. I haven't rolled with you yet. We gotta roll and see. No, but I'm sure I can already tell your technique's really good. But I would love to see you two spar. That would be some good content. And then if we were recording, you both would even get more mad. It would turn into a fight.
I know.
You know what was the worst is my dad. He's the one.
He watches you guys spar? He's probably been watching you guys spar for years, right?
There was only one time where like we were sparring and
my dad at Millennia.
Yeah,
I know. I remember
Which
that.
One does he coach?
That's fucked up.
Oh no, he goes back. Oh,
he's horrible.
I'm like, horrible. Get him out the room now.
I know. And you know what he's doing? He'll be on the side laughing.
Yes.
Do you not see what's going on, Dad?
Shout out to Dad.
And my sister, she hit me one time hard with a cross, and my dad goes,
ooh.
Yeah. And I'm just over here.
That's hilarious. I would probably be doing the same thing if my daughters were doing that. It's probably crazy. But that's so cool. Like this, as a father, to see your girls doing something positive like that and doing martial arts, and he's been seeing you girls do that like a long time now. Mm-hmm. So PFL coming up, and then for you, what's the plan as the coach? Like after 3 months, are we gonna stay with A1, or do you have a contract with them, or was it?
I don't have a contract with A1, but as far as competing, I can compete like March 30th. I'm doing the EDCC thing just to
the jiu-jitsu matches. Yeah, hell
just
yeah.
to stay busy and have something. I'm just gonna, while I have that the 3 months off, I'm just gonna do jiu-jitsu like always.
That's good. I want to see you compete in jiu-jitsu. That's cool too. So you're gonna do jiu-jitsu competition. Maybe, who knows? You might end up in PFL now.
Oh yeah. Maybe.
Did you girls see the PFL versus Bellator, the champions versus champions?
I saw a little bit. I saw a little bit of it.
That guy Ryan Bader got knocked out.
No, I didn't see that.
Like by the Brazilian dude, I forget his name, Ferreira, I think it was. Man,
it was crazy.
Yeah. But I think the PFL
wasn't that in Saudi Arabia?
Yeah. It was dope.
That's sick.
It was dope. PFL is sick. The production,
this year should be interesting. I think
the production.
They're always big on production.
Yeah, the fact that they're on ESPN Plus, the fact that they had all kinds of stars. I think Mike Tyson was there.
Oh yeah.
They had John Jones there. Yeah, it was dope. It was a good event.
Oh,
and you can tell they're getting bigger and bigger.
The guy, he's from Nigeria. He just did a boxing fight.
Francis Ngannou.
Yeah, he was.
I'm
Francis Ngannou. He's fighting Anthony Joshua in the boxing match.
Oh, and he's doing another one. I thought he was doing MMA.
No, I think crap. He's doing. He's supposed to do.
I'm not in tune right now.
So wait, he didn't fight.
He fought. So he fought Tyson Fury.
How did that go? I messed up.
I thought he won. Everybody thought he won. Even the people in the box. Yeah. Even
you think
people
Francis
in boxing
beat
Tyson Fury for sure.
Way.
He looked.
I love Tyson Fury.
Was like,
that's the man.
He knocked him down.
Oh,
he was like dancing. Like he's
okay.
Like,
no, we need to run it back then.
Yeah, they should have run that back because everybody.
You guys see Tyson Fury now?
Yeah,
he's all skinny.
Yeah.
He's like,
he changed his life.
Yeah, dude. Francis Ngannou is. I think he's just crazy. Like that guy from his story, and then being able to become the UFC heavyweight champion, and then to be able to beat. I thought he beat Tyson Fury. So in my eyes, that's the best boxer right now too.
Do you think it was close?
It was close.
I was thinking it was close, and the guy's the champion. They're gonna give it to the champ.
It was close, but he still won. I thought he won. I think a lot of people thought he won, and I actually put money on him, and I was pissed that he lost. But
was he the underdog for that fight?
Yeah, just
not by much.
Of course, he was. They weren't gonna let him be. But now it would be, if they fought again, it would be much more close because you saw he in my opinion, he won that fight. It was a good fight. But it's kind of cool to see, now you're starting to see more MMA guys and girls become well in boxing as well. Mm-hmm. Like Cyborg's killing shit.
She's really well-rounded. I thought she was going to be in PFL.
Yeah, she trains out here. Have you girls ever trained with Cyborg?
No.
I bet she's fun to train with.
I bet she's aggressive.
I've gone to watch her fight, and in the middle of a fight, she lost an entire toenail. She took it off, threw it, and kept fighting.
Yeah, she doesn't. That's the type of girl that you gotta kill her. You know what I mean? Like there's no, you cannot. Yeah, she's not gonna stop. She's very aggressive, and she just comes at you and starts swinging.
You guys think she was on steroids?
I think she was.
When? She got popped.
Not that she doesn't look like it.
Yeah, she.
You better hope she don't watch this shit.
I'm sorry.
She gonna come for your ass.
I totally didn't mean it.
She gonna come for you. She's California native.
I think like this, right?
It's okay. She did get caught for it though.
Like, who's this girl, Lisa Mauldin?
No, I don't.
Send me
Cyborg. I don't think.
location.
No, she would never do that. Why would she do that? She's naturally very strong.
I heard she's really
at the end of the day, she's the one that knows that inside her head whether she cheated or not. And I think MMA is kind of crazy too, is because especially in the early on, everybody was kind of like, a lot of people were cheating and they talk about it. Mm-hmm. And so
I think I'm almost positive she wrote an apology about getting popped for it.
Yeah, I think so too.
So it's like,
if not her, somebody else did for sure. but I mean, at the end of the day, like, she's still like a savage. Like, even though
I would have liked to see her fight Ronda Rousey.
Yeah,
I just would have liked to see how that would have.
Yeah, at that time when Ronda was fighting, and winning, it would have been cool. But now it's like,
but I wouldn't want to see it. I'm like,
long gone. The women's MMA's changed a lot in the UFC lately. Yeah. Like who the top girls are. The new champ is Pennington. Raquel Pennington.
Right?
She just became the champion.
That's for 35
and bantamweight.
What do you think about that weight division?
it's used to be so like crazy and exciting, and it's like,
what do you think about it now, though?
It's just different. It's just completely different. The girls don't talk as much. It's like it's gotten a little.
It seems flat, like a
It seems like, I don't know. Do you need that though?
Well, I mean,
come on,
a little bit. It made it more entertaining, right? Like even though people didn't like necessarily. Everybody didn't like Ronda Rousey, but people wanted to watch because
everyone wants to watch Sean Strickland fight. You know why?
Yeah,
he's fucking funny.
Yeah. He's funny. He runs his mouth. It makes it like entertaining.
It's cool.
You know what I mean? Like I remember when I was in school, like nobody like you wanted to watch the fight when the guys were like serious, like about it, like
the Jose Aldo.
I'm gonna knock you the fuck. Yeah, like yeah. It makes it exciting. I wanted to ask you girls, did you see the Topuria versus Volkanovski fight that just happened?
I saw the highlights of that. That was insane.
I've been telling people that Topuria, I won like $800 that night. I've been telling people that Topuria kid was gonna be the champion.
He fought Josh Emmett. Josh Emmett himself hits like a fucking shot.
No, that kid is good. It was crazy.
I heard that Ilya knocked out 4 training partners of Gilbert Burns.
Yeah.
With big lifts.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that interview.
Oh, you saw it too?
Yeah, I saw it.
I was like,
that guy's. I've been telling people for a while that kid's a beast. When he knocked out what's his name? Ryan Hall. Ryan Hall's like the jiu-jitsu guy that in MMA would do the rolling
the
shit, the
Eminari
50-50.
stuff?
Yeah. When he knocked him out, I was like, okay, this kid's going to be a problem because not only can he deal with the high level ass jiu-jitsu guys, but he's got really good wrestling.
His jiu-jitsu is really
and
good.
he's got good jiu-jitsu. That's what I'm saying. So when I knew that, I was like, this guy's going to be champion. Sure enough.
My favorite thing about him is his body shot.
Yeah.
I love his body shot.
Yeah. Very important. It's missed in MMA a lot because I think people forget just the traditional boxing, right? Because, you go to the head opens up the body, you go to the body opens up the head, Yeah, one of my, I don't like to hold mitts and stuff like that anymore very much because we haven't been
wear and tear on your shoulders.
No, it's just because the time that I'm at the gym is like late at night, so I haven't had MMA class. But one of my guys is fighting in a PKB or whatever, so I was like holding mitts again. I'm like, I was getting the itch to do it. Like, all right, I want to have MMA class back again. I missed it a little bit.
You might draw like a good group,
No, I always have. It's just like for me, like it's the time. It's just the time.
Oh yeah, you're saying you're busy man.
I'm cut dry with the music too. I got a lot going on with this album, so I'm working on this 10th album, and then with the podcast and da. But this stuff's fun. This stuff's easy and it's fun and it's not much work, but it all takes time, right? So when are we gonna see you two sparring and put some content together?
You gotta come up with a date.
Yeah, we got
log on a date.
I'd love to have
bring your cameras.
Yeah, both of you come to the gym and train. It would be cool, especially we could put it, with some content behind it as well.
He's gonna do like a rolling, flying.
I'm fucking do a cartwheel triangle.
Pull some highlight reel out. Yeah, I have these two twins in my gym, Daniel and Ben, and I remember when they get a hold of each other, start throwing each other around the room. It's crazy how brothers and sisters fight. So that would be a fun thing to do. So Lisa, favorite fighter right now?
Dude, don't do that to me.
Favorite fighter.
4, 3.
Favorite fighter.
No, I can't.
Number one.
Right now.
You got one fighter. You got one fighter you can watch for the rest of your life. This is it. Khabib that's the number one MMA sports star.
Right now. Oh man.
Go. Is it because of what he looked like, his style? Is that what is it? The look that he has, the way he fights, or is it his record? What is it about him that makes him your favorite fighter?
His work ethic, his passion, not only that his dad was involved because it kind of feels the same,
Yeah.
But his jiu-jitsu wrestling is just so good, and he did this all his life, I don't know. I like him. I like his style. McGregor talked so much shit, and that didn't bother him one bit,
No.
So that was cool.
It didn't bother me. It fucking lit a flame under his ass.
It really did.
He fucking was like, I'm gonna murder you.
Let's talk now. Yeah, he had his arm underneath his thing against the cage.
Oh yeah.
Come on, let's talk now.
He's like wrestling these guys, and he's talking to Dana over there.
Yeah, he's I'm not gonna lie, when he beat him, and then I remember when he fought Justin Gaethje, I think it was after that when he retired, and like he started crying like because his dad had just died, and like he was retiring. I'm not gonna lie, I shed a couple tears that day too, because man, when you think about like their relationship, and then his dad teaching him everything, getting him to that point, and then like him like walking away, like that must have been one of the hardest moments. Like that was touching. So yeah, that was a crazy moment. So yeah, that's a great pick. Taylor, favorite fighter.
What's your favorite? She had time to think.
Yeah, I did the whole time you were talking. I was like, what the fuck am I gonna say? No pressure. I'd say Jose Aldo. Yeah,
he was fun to watch. He was fun to watch. I miss the vintage Jose Aldo with the leg kicks.
He's the people's champ.
When he was hitting those leg kicks, I remember he fought my boy Cub Swanson.
Oh yeah, was that in
WEC? I think if I'm not mistaken, it was a flying knee. It was nasty. And Cub turtled up and curled up, and the fight was over. It was crazy. I was like, who is this guy?
Or even Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, Mighty Mouse is dope too.
He's a man too.
Yeah, he's done it all. If I had to pick one of my favorites, like of all of MMA, I think like for me it would probably be someone that I feel is like more like personality wise a little bit like me. My favorite fighter is Nick Diaz. Okay. That's my favorite fighter. He doesn't fight anymore. I wish he would fight.
Would you say both brothers?
I like that would be my second, but for sure Nick. The older brother, because I feel like
why did he retire, by the way? Do you know?
He got suspended.
Yeah, he got suspended for smoking weed and they tried to give him 5 years, and then it was all on YouTube and all that shit. But yeah, now because of them, because of them, that they changed it. But yeah, he hasn't. I don't think he's really had any fights since then. But yeah,
he did. He fought in the UFC.
Yeah, he fought in the UFC. Yeah. He fought Anderson Silva, and then I think he fought someone else too. I don't remember off the top of that. But that's my favorite fighter, just because I love the style and the mentality, and like the way he carried himself. He made that shit fun to watch, and it was always real. And I like that gangster shit.
The Stockton slap.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They're fun. You gotta admit that shit is entertaining as fuck. When they're in the cage and they're like the blood's dripping off their face and they're flicking you off.
But no one's like that right now. You don't got one of those.
That's what I'm saying. It's like there's not.
It's the end of an era.
Characters like that anymore in MMA.
Do you follow Muay Thai, or do you follow One Championship? Do you like watching?
I've watched some of the One Championship. I think for me it's just like I like to watch. I know they have a lot of great fighters, but like right now, like I've kind of just focused on watching, what I can, because I'm so busy. And UFC is already too much. They're just putting too much. Sometimes you watch some of their cards, you're like, well, this one sucks.
You know who I like to watch fight in One Championship every single time is Fairtex.
Fairtex, yeah.
She's a little badass girl. She's good.
They have a lot of good fighters over there, and they're getting bigger, and they're coming to the States, which I think that's gonna be more helpful for them, and that's gonna grow them and make people like out here more,
Ooh, and Rotting.
Yeah,
that guy's a beast.
Yeah, no, they have a good show. We just don't see it here much.
Super League's cool too.
Yeah,
my coach, he has us watch a lot of One Championship fights.
I think it's all on where people are watching at, and it's like the number one place right now everyone is watching is ESPN Plus.
And I almost
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
those are good things
because that's where you have UFC and PFL.
That's what I was gonna say.
And then UFC Fight Pass.
Oh, yeah.
Which is where A1 was on, which is where your fight was on.
But I want to say like even too like I'm not entirely sure what was it, but I think it was probably Ryzen. But there was this girl that used to come train with us at Oyama, and I was asking her how are your weight cuts, and she was like, they're good, but they're constantly is it promotion or commission? They're constantly in tune with their weight. Like you have to be.
That's the commission for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They have to be on weight at certain.
Yeah, that's
times
the one.
Camp,
that's the one championship. Yeah.
Dang. They won't let them like go completely dehydrated. And stuff.
Yeah. That's they have that shit down pat. And that's a smart way to do it because you can't balloon up either.
Yeah, I just don't know if it was one championship or
it is one championship.
It is?
Yeah, that's the one that does that.
Actually
their hydration clause is like number one, and
dude, I would probably be fighting 135 or something.
Yeah,
I'd be fighting 150.
Damn.
I'd be cutting and be like, "God damn it."
Yeah, unfortunately, like weight cutting is always gonna be a part of it. That's just how it goes. But I mean, as long as
have you had a weight cut before?
Yeah.
What was your experience like?
Just because I know how to, I wrestled and like I'll just sauna and I'll just
have you ever had a bad one?
No.
Oh, you're lucky.
I can lose weight really easily. Yeah. And I can.
You're one of those. My weight cut's easy.
I can shrink down.
I love it.
Easy.
I hate it.
But I won't. Especially at the age I'm at now, and like even if I'm gonna compete in anything ever again, I would never cut weight.
Come on.
I tell my. I would tell
a story.
Yes.
God, it was when I was in the fighter house. Anderson, I love you, and I'm so sorry. I still think about this. I've seen some bad weight cuts, right? His was probably one of the worst. I think I've told you this story. But
like that. Anderson, put him out there like that.
I'm sorry. It's a long time ago. Years ago. So, like, one time, like, I came home from practice. He's cutting weight for his fight. And, like, he told me to grab something. He told me to grab his bag of avocados. So, like, they're leaving on the way to go weigh in. And I come in, I'm like, oh, good luck. You're going to do good job. And then he's like, my avocados. I'm like, I forgot.
Oh, shit.
And he's just my avocados with his hands like this. And I'm just like, I felt like horrible.
Damn.
So
that's
like,
all he needed.
Yeah, I forgot his avocados. So, but he made the way. I made sure I got his freaking avocados, though, when he got back.
Don't forget the avocados.
He was, because like we had a lot of fighters come in from around the countries. He would always get so excited about macaroni and cheese. Craft boxes, he would buy like the whole shelf of it, and then he'll send it to us.
That's my daughter, Mackenzie. Shout out to Mackenzie. Yeah, she loves mac and cheese. Mac and cheese is good. Speaking of mac and cheese, all right. One more question about the mac and cheese. The carton one. Or made from scratch.
Made from scratch.
Got to do it.
What's the difference? What do you mean? Just like, macaroni and cheese
in the oven, like real cheese.
Yeah.
Like,
what do you prefer? Yeah. Like that Thanksgiving mac and cheese?
Yeah.
Or the one from the box?
There you go. That Thanksgiving mac and cheese is no joke.
Yeah.
I need some of that right now. Girls, thank you, girls, for coming today. I thought it would be a good time to come bring you back on to talk about what happened. I think people will be interested in, even though it's some
clarity.
Yeah, some way, even though like it's a tough thing to go through and it's scary and people, you have a great attitude about it and you're accepted what's happened and you're moving on and it's right back to work and life goes on. And that's, I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that because sometimes in life, you're headed in one direction and everything looks like it's perfect and it's all like sunshine and then all of a sudden there's rain and thunder and like shit goes left and like, damn, what happened? But it's those moments when I'm not trying to be too motivational, people. But here's my motivational shit for you. but you got to get up and you got to keep going. Like I've been there too. I've lost a lot in my life. I made a lot of mistakes. A lot of bad shit has happened to me. But every time I pick myself up, shit just kept getting better for me. And as long as you don't stop, shit will continue to get better for you. And I know that the next time around, there'll be a better outcome for you. And like we'll be rooting for you as we always do and get back to work and good results are going to come. So Lisa, we're hoping for PFL coming soon in April. Hopefully, right before the fight, we'll have you come on and we'll talk about that fight right before when we find out who it is and all that stuff. And Taylor, thank you.
Can we bring her?
Of course we
She's
can.
gonna come with me to my fight.
Yeah, of course we can. We can always have you girls together. And Taylor, thank you for talking about the fight and everything. And you girls know I got y'all back, and I support y'all. And another great episode. Guys, thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, tell your mama and your daddy and your auntie and your cousins too. Peace.
Bye.
What up, everybody? Want to take a quick second out of the podcast just to give a shout out to our sponsor, the best criminal defense attorney I know. The last time I got in trouble, I needed somebody that was going to look into my case and actually fight for me and get me the best deal possible, and he did that. And I'll make sure that he does that for you. Make sure you shout me out if you guys reach out to him. They're the sponsor of the Convo. You know anybody, a family member or yourself that make a mistake, you want somebody like him on your side. Arash, please let everybody know how they can get a hold of you.
Thank you. Arash Hashemi, 310-448-1529, or HashemiLaw.com, HashemiLaw.com, or just Google hashtag BetterCallHash. Remember that, BetterCallHash. You'll find me on every social media channel all over the internet. 310-448-1529.
You better call Hash.